What's up, everybody? Jensen Cummings here. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. We're talking finding Elburn, Illinois. Find it on the map. Find it in your hearts and minds. We have, a process called Get Clear on Who We Serve. These are really our customer archetypes. And there's lots of boring demographics things where we're trying to kind of understand them from a financial aspect. But then really what I'm focused on is the motivations, where they are, why they would buy from us, what problems we solve for us. So we're going to get into that process. How did you find kind of that process for you as you filled out a form that kind of had you build 2 customer archetypes? Did it feel very natural to you? Did you already have people in mind that specifically represent that archetype? Give me an idea of that.
Yeah. So those also have taken me a while to understand. The past year and a half of opening our brick and mortar. When you're talking about the food truck, it's general population, right? Like anybody who's at whatever event you're at is going to be walking up to your truck. It's hard to build a customer archetype that way because there's so many different folks.
Yeah.
But as far as our brick and mortar is concerned, when I'm talking about the blue collar worker, which is one of our customer archetypes, I'm speaking almost of an exact customer. That's one of our favorite customers and that's a frequent customer. So he embodies kind of the image of what the rest of those type of customers are looking for. So I'm kind of using his experience as a guidepost for who that customer, for the needs of that type of customer.
Talk a little bit about the age range that you chose. This is somebody that so talk to us about why you picked this age range a little bit.
The age range could actually be slightly older than that, but it's generally in that the bulk of the folks that come in that are that blue collar worker are in that age range. The particular gentleman that I'm referring to is like slightly just over that range, but it's but he's an auto mechanic in the area. He's a regular customer of mine that's here every single weekday, and dependable that he's going to be there. So I chose that age range because although that's the particular customer I'm identifying with, the bulk of customers that come in with the same occupation or the same kind of general personality are in that age range. So we're competing, for the quick lunch option there and the cheap lunch option. McDonald's is probably the cheapest fast food option there is at the moment. So we're competing with them on a price point. We're competing with guys that are, so the particular gentleman in this case likes to go snowmobiling and motocross riding on the weekends, right? So when he's going out and doing that, he's using his budget for, new tires and new tracks and stuff. So, maybe there's less room in there to eat out. So there's always that kind of competition for, hobbies and other things. Like myself particularly, I'm a musician, so there's always that unending need for the newest piece of gear or guitar or whatever it is, right? So even with myself, I can identify that way as something that's competing for my dollar. So it has to be worth it if you're going to spend that money at a place out to eat.
This brings up the know my motivation. This is a pillar for us. Absolutely. Why would I buy this? I have a finite amount of money. I'm making $26,212 a year. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and I want to go snowmobiling. I want a new amp. I don't want to spend money on food. It's not that important to me. So this is the potential that you're dealing with, and needing to understand that is so important. So there's 2 motivators that really jumped out at me from what you're talking about. Price obviously is one. You need to bring immense amount of value to people and have them feel that when they're looking at potentially buying, once they buy, and then once they've consumed the product. There's 3 different, you want to make sure they go, wow, that was well worth it and delicious and everything else. But well worth it is such a factor. And that really brings up what we're focused on in kind of this section of where people are, is this idea of on demand. Everything is on demand right now. You want something from Amazon tomorrow. You want something food delivered in 47 minutes. You can get anything you want now. Restaurants really need to be thinking about that. Food and beverage, we really need to be focusing on that, not just in the ability for them to acquire a product, but the ability for them to acquire the meaning and the interaction and the fun and the family that they are yearning for, that they're needing, and you can deliver that.